Okay, write the slope-intercept form of this line. I'm going to show you a trick first. If you look at the intercept, notice this right here. The y-intercept is below 0. That means that if you have a correct y-intercept, it's definitely going to be a negative number because it's below 0. So B doesn't have a negative number for the y-intercept. It's got a positive number. It's not crossing above the x-axis, it's crossing below it. So it already cannot be that one. Okay? What we know about slope is that if one increases as the other increases, like this one does, then we have a positive slope. This is a line with a positive slope. Anything with a negative slope, and this D has a negative slope, negative 1/2, can't be it, because this line does not have a negative slope. Okay, so we're already down to just 2 answers without even calculating anything. Now, where is it crossing the y-axis? It's crossing at negative 1/2. Both of these have that value, negative 1/2. So what we're really needing to do is figure out what the slope is at this point. Okay, and we say to get from one point to another, how do we get from that point to that point? We rise 3 and we run 6. Be careful. The rise goes on top. The run goes on the bottom. That simplifies to 1/2, and so we need a slope of 1/2 and an intercept that's at negative 1/2. That is A. And as I told some kids today in class, there is a line, sorry, I'm just going to try and erase this a little bit. There is a line at y equals x. It's the parent function. It's the one that all of these other ones are based upon, okay? And it basically does this, okay? And if it does that, that has a slope of 1. So any line that is less steep than that, and you can imagine less steep is like easier to hike if you were hiking up a hill like that. Less steep is like this. Lines that are less steep have a slope of less than 1, since the green line has a slope of 1. Okay. Lines that are steeper, harder to climb, have a slope of more than 1. So as you can see, the black line that they gave us is less steep than the green line at 1, so it's going to have a number that is less than 1, somewhere between 0 and 1. And so that makes sense for our slope here, 1/2. This one, C, which is not the right answer, says a slope of 2, which means it would be steeper than that line, kind of something looking like that. Okay, so just visually you can take a look and you can see you can see some information that will give you a hint to the answer without ever actually calculating it. But anyway, long story short, answer is A, slope of 1/2 and an intercept of